wonderful session coming to a close. We will now meet some young innovators and leaders of tomorrow. And it's such a pleasure to invite them on the stage as we initiate this conversation. If we have with us in the house, Jyoti Singh. If we have Simran Khosla. Ladies and gentlemen, this is that time of the day where you need to do the work. So please, welcoming the lovely Simran, the founder and CEO of Butt Like an Apricot, an online fitness coaching and diet consultancy platform. Of course, but you're looking at inviting Kriti Singhal. Kriti, are you with us? Safa Khan. Nikia Shamsher. Pavani Khandelwal. Pavani? Pavan. Oh. Pavi. Pavani. This is a welcoming Pavani, a social entrepreneur and social activist, as well as a public speaker. Welcoming you. Otwate Bai, coming from Cambodia. What pleasure. Otunvati. Close enough? She's the MD and co-owner of RTR Tours Company, a trading company for high quality and award-winning beauty products and cosmetics based in Phnom Penh. She's only here all the way from Phnom Penh just for the day. Thank you. To initiate this really beautiful, engaging discussion, I invite the lovely Simran Khosla. All yours, Simran. We'd love for you to share anything about your journey.
Hello, beautiful ladies. Good afternoon. And it's a pleasure to be here. So I'll start with a brief introduction of who am I and what I do. So basically it all started with a girl who was very confused with her life and she didn't know what to do. So I started with chartered accountancy. It's completely opposite of what I'm doing right now. So I started with chartered accountancy and reached my CA finals, and then I realized I think this is not for me. I should go for something even tougher. So I went for investment banking. I gave CFA exams and I probably cleared it as well. But while giving the level 2 exam, I realized that this is not my calling and I don't want to do this. But I was pretty scared that what will my parents say? So I thought that I will just tell them that I don't want to do this. And I'll read that note that I have written in my phone once, probably at the end of the session. And that's when I realized that I want to do something else. And it's just been 2.5 years that I started a nutrition consultancy online where it's not for losing weight or it's just for gaining health. And I cure diseases just through the power of food, because I was a sufferer of depression and went through depression for as long as 8 months. And I realized that through proper working out and eating good, one can probably get over it. So I did that, and I realized that there's so many people around who are suffering through depression and are not healthy. I'm still not talking about the weight. I'm talking about how healthy you feel from inside. And that's my whole goal. And they are mostly, I've got 2,000 clients in about 33 countries right now in just about 2 years. And it's one of the top fitness pages in India right now. I've covered in almost every national newspaper. This is the first award that I'm receiving, and I'm really proud of that. And thank you so much. And that's about it. I mean, I'm here to cure every disease through the power of food, be it cancer, diabetes, PCOD, thyroid, and there are more than 700 girls whom I've cured just through the power of food right now who were suffering from hormonal issues. So putting them off medicines, there are girls who couldn't conceive are now having healthy babies. So that's what I'm doing. At the age of 25, I realized that as God has given me such permission to do something great where I can change people's life in a very healthy way. So that's what I'm doing. And But Like an Apricot is a nutrition consultancy platform where I keep helping and helping people, more and more people and individuals to get a better health and live a healthy life without starving. So that's what But Like an Apricot is all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simran. That was really amazing, seeing a young woman come up on stage and doing something different, even the name of your company, I'm sure the heads turn, right? We were just discussing it. It's a fantastic way to just even get attention in the right way. A big round of applause for Simran Kosa. Next, I would like to invite Pavni Khandelwale. Is that correct? Okay. Welcome up. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. She calls herself a serial entrepreneur,
Yes.
social activist, and a public speaker. So welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Pavni Khandelwal, and I come approximately 150 kilometers from here, but a completely different world, a city called Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Krishna. And I am the CEO of a company called Atmanirbhar. For those who don't know what it means, it literally translates to self-reliant in English. It is a social venture that's working to empower women through mobility and entrepreneurship. To tell a little bit about myself, I just completed my graduation before last year from Symbiosis. I've done entrepreneurship programs from ISB, NUS, Shinga University, multiple universities, and I started my first venture when I was in the first year of college, and it was a fitness startup too. But you can look at me and tell that I'm not a fitness enthusiast. And for almost 3 years, I was, running all the operations for the company, all the finance, HR, marketing, everything. But the fitness just didn't drive me enough, sorry. And that is when I think I had the calling. My mother wanted to learn how to ride a scooty for a very long time. And she didn't need it. But she just had this in her mind that it's my dream. I see other women riding a scooter and I feel how they feel so independent. And I just want to learn how to ride it. And she'd never even rode a bicycle in her life. So one day we finally, after going through a lot of struggle to find a trainer for her because we couldn't find a lady trainer for her. And then when we found her a trainer, and I was speaking to her one day, and she told me how she had trained over 500 women and how it had been a life-changing experience for all of them. And that is where I think as an entrepreneur, I saw an opportunity and started Atmanirbhar. So we started Atmanirbhar as a scooter driving school for women, which is facilitated by women. So we have a troop of over 100 women, girls, who are now training women how to drive scooties in 5 different cities. Mathura, Jaipur, Agra, Lucknow, Bharatpur, and hoping to expand pan-India within this year. We have also helped a lot of these women get jobs in logistics, e-commerce. It's not very usual to see a woman getting your food parcels or your Amazon couriers. That is also something that I aspire to create a 50-50% ratio in. I was recently at the World Economic Order program for women entrepreneurship, where I happened to do a lot of research on where India stands when it comes to women entrepreneurship. And unfortunately, we have only 32.2% of women who are contributing to the GDP of the country. However, the even more sad part is that the actual contribution to GDP is 17%. So I run another organization which is helping women become entrepreneurs, women who already have a dream, but they do not know how to go about it, what to do, who to approach, because in small cities, you already have an environment that is very demotivating. So we're trying to create an ecosystem that supports women, helps them in small cities, and helps them achieve their dreams. So I'm hoping to have a great discussion with all of you, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
You are a trailblazer in every which way. And to do it out of Mathura, fantastic. You're a game changer. I'd like to invite our last speaker. No, not the last. I'd like to invite Kriti Singhal. Take a seat, Kriti. Welcoming Kriti. She's the co-founder of the Education Tree. I'd like to invite a Cambodian perspective. We welcome you.
Hello, everyone. So, yes, I'm all the way from Cambodia, and just for this session, I'm leaving back tonight because, as she mentioned, I'm in tour business, and currently it's a high season, and I'm leaving to China in 3 days for work as well. And I'm having 6 months old baby at home. Just imagine all the.
Wow.
I miss him so bad. So I've been listening here for a couple sessions, and seems like everybody have a lot of story to tell, a lot of amazing, successful things. But I'm here today gonna highlight different things. I'm going to stress out about failure, because do you know, like every day I got the comments on social medias, and when I go on the interview, you know, on TV, on radio, I always got a lot of comments saying that, oh, I want to be like you. I've idolized you. You're so young, but you travel everywhere. Yeah, it's the truth that I'm less than 30 years old, but I've been to more than 30 countries. And I've been selected by US Embassy a couple times to different programs. To be honest, I've been proud of myself. But I'm gonna tell you my very personal story, and this one, it's my personal story, and it's quite heartbreaking for myself. It just happened last year, and I experienced failure. I own a tour company. I bought that company when the company like going down, and then I made it survive, and then it happened to be #1 again. And then, thank you. And then I saw a few of my staff, my employees, they are very potential, and I want to keep them. So what I'm doing is that I'm branching out to a new company, and then I give them share, like the 35% share for 2 people, and myself only 30%, because I believe in that potential. And then last year I got pregnant. I suffered from a very, very bad morning sickness that I was sick for 8 months. And I'm just like dead in the restroom. I puke like 8 times a day, and I was on morning sickness pill, 9 boxes, worrying what gonna happen to my son. And when I was 7 months pregnant, I got a call from one of the employees that I trusted, telling me that one of the guy ran off with $500,000. And he's nowhere to be found. I was in the restroom at home. And what did I do? I was like, huh? Come again? And then they repeated, and I'm like, wait, I puked. Yeah, that time, you know, all I was thinking was like, all the strength, please give me all the strength to get out of the restroom and go and find that guy and punch him in the face. And I didn't find him. So thankfully, my husband, you know, he dragged me, he helped me out to the car, and then we went to his house. And his mother told us that, oh, he packed everything, and then just said that he's on mission, because we are a tour company, so it's normal for people to go, you know, to pack and then just leave. But then we lost him for 10 days, so I totally like talked to the accountant, finance, and see how much money he has taken away. It's about $500,000. And the company that I opened for him and for another employee, you know, with only $30,000, and until we have more than $500,000 working capital in less than a year, the company is doing great, you know, very great, that I didn't really notice that the guys were thinking of something else, because I thought that he was my shareholder as well. So that story broke me. I've always been, let's say, whatever that I did, it has always been planned out very well. And I'm so proud of myself. I opened a coffee shop, And then I earned a lot of profit. I sold off the coffee shop. I got the money. I make another business. I sold it off. I got the money again. You know, it seems like, I feel like everything gonna plan out, you know? So I entrusted myself, my soul, my heart to the people, and I hope that whatever I'm doing to him, he sort of feel like, oh, she's giving me like the business or whatsoever, but what he did to me back, bye-bye, $500,000. And now his permanent address is in the jail, by the way. I got him. Yay. But 0 cents are back, like not even a penny back. And then we found out he divorced his wife, and I don't know what he's thinking, so it's the old history now. So what I'm trying to say is that it's so hard to finally face the failure, you know, and what I'm telling you today is so personal that I don't really tell anyone, even right now, like in Cambodia. The people that text me every day on social media saying that, oh, you're amazing, you fly everywhere, you're so cool. Nobody knows the behind story, you know. I didn't even shed a tear, but it's broke me. Failure has broken me so hard, and I almost give up. I was suicidal, but thankfully my husband, you know, and that's the gender equality. It's not about giving the opportunity to both men and women. It's not only about that, but it's about supporting each other. The men supporting women, women supporting men. Men, you know, not like, if these things happen, if he says something that, you know, I told you so, you shouldn't have trusted people. Oh my God, I will be crushed. But I didn't, and he didn't. He said that, you know what, after this, you're gonna be stronger. That's what he told me. So the message that I'm gonna tell you here, entrepreneur is so hard. It's so lonely. It's so terrifying. And failure, my God, it's the worst feeling in the world. It's broke you. It's ate your soul, it's ate your heart, but it's not the end. You know when the end? The end is when you give up on yourself. And I almost did give up on myself, but I did not. And I'm pleased to tell you that now I have a new investor to invest in my new ideas on the tour business again, so I think I'm gonna rock that one. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that inspiration that you've just given us in the last 5 minutes. And I've never actually ever heard somebody saying, I'm so proud of myself, you know, it's such a lovely thing to actually be proud of your own work first, you know, and saying that you are, because that's affirmation. So thank you for being with us, coming all the way from Cambodia, and a big round of applause to you. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite our last speaker of this session, Kriti Singhal. She is the co-founder of The Education Tree. A warm welcome for Kriti.
Before starting my journey, I would just say one thing, that I have been that average girl from a Bania family. All the Indians can totally relate to what I mean by when I say Bania family. And being the first daughter of the family and also the first working women of our entire clan. So this was a change in itself. And being born as a daughter to the family, and then the other sibling being a daughter again. And my father was one person who wanted, you know, the daughters to be married immediately after getting their graduation done. And I was okay with it. That was the kind of mindset I was going through. And then, you know, I just joined a school and I started working. But I was not happy because I don't know, there was something missing. Teaching those students was the best part of my life, but when it would come to a clash with the authorities and the education system of the country, you know, I would come home crying, and my father would say, why don't you join my accounts and I'll give you double the salary the school is giving you, and just join me, don't work for anyone else. And I would be like, no, I don't want to get your money for free and handling your accounts, and I don't even know maths, so don't give me your accounts. And, you know, so I left the job, and I was looking for passion. And my sister was also, you know, looking for something in life. So we started the Education Tree. Education Tree is one of the biggest youth community in the country, where, you know, more than 15,000 students apply every year to be a part of us. What we really do is that we give them platform to follow their passion, because we all have had passions in our life. How many of them were, you know, wanted to become a musician? Dancers, actors, dentist, engineer, right? So there were two options in life, one that our parents wanted us to go for, the other one was that we wanted to do. And when the things which we wanted to do never got those options, either by college or institutions or even by our parents. So that's what we did. We brought that platform for everyone where they can actually follow their passion, earn out of it, get the right guidance, the right training, so that that passion can become a future later on. And in this process, that's how we started, but gradually we started realizing that what the society needs, and we started doing flash mobs, freeze mobs. We started doing campaigns around women's safety, education of the daughter of the family or the child, and that's how it started, and there is no looking back. And yes, I'll say one thing. Yes, we are talking about equality and leadership here. I will not, I would not like to give a speech here where I want it to be my award speech that I was fighting with someone and I was proving my point. No. At no point in my life I wanted to prove a point to anyone. I wanted a dignified life. That's all I wanted. I wanted to live a life where I was happy. Yes, there were situations like where someone would say, oh, you are a pretty girl. I'm sure you are not that good with work here. Oh, you are a girl. Oh, I hope you will not, crash this car. So there have been situations where people will say a girl cannot drive, a girl cannot manage things well, a girl cannot travel in night. There have been situations I have proved people wrong, but I did not do it to prove them wrong, but to have that dignified life where nobody can question me. And my journey started where a girl who would shy away being on stage and could not speak, and here I am standing here in front of you people and I'm talking about my journey, my story, and gradually became a trainer where I started talking about life, helping people coming out of body issues, where I have been really bullied at school or been tortured by relatives that why don't you get her a tummy tucker and she'll look pretty with that, and she'll get more rishtas also. So to coming, and where when I met so many people around and I realized, oh my God, Kriti, this is not the time where you cry and, curse yourself. This is the time where you have to uplift other girls around, and that's my journey started, and I started encouraging other girls who were much younger than me and needed much, emotional and mental support. So that's how I became a trainer, and I started talking about body positivity and other things. And recently I have started another, startup for my mother, and I've started a women community where all the housewives can now live their passion. Even if they don't have that qualification, they don't have that skill, but being at home, they can actually follow their passion, get out of issues like body positivity or depression, anxiety, and that's what we are working together as a community. And that's all I would have said. I think I've got a lot of buzzes also, so I'm exceeding the time limit. Thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed by this award today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kriti. Now I think here's an example of panelists. Some people wait for the door to open. These guys kick it open. They don't care about how it's going to happen. They find a way. So thank you for sharing your journeys and your perspectives. You're all so very brave, and you filled us with so much inspiration. Here's to you all. Thank you so much. And for the work you do, we'd like to award you with these mementos. I call upon Simran Khosla to accept this award as the Exceptional Woman of Excellence at the Women Economic Forum in New Delhi 2019. Calling upon Pavni Khandelwal to accept this honor as the Exceptional Woman of Excellence. Otanva Devi. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this inspiring lady from Cambodia. The recipient of multiple awards. Kriti Singhal. We congratulate you for this honor as the Exceptional Woman of Excellence. Girls, please step up for a group photograph.